Hey guys, so welcome back to Cultivation with Christy. I'm Christy. In the next couple of videos, I think I decided I'm going to teach you about various plants in the garden. So they may be a series of short, hang on, had to get the garden gate open. So they may be a series of shorter videos depending on how in-depth I want to go on the specific plant, but we'll cover, planting, harvesting, pruning, all the things. We had a very wicked storm come through yesterday. We got about 2.5 inches of rain in like 45 minutes. So the weeds and pretty much the mulch in these walkways are displaced. The weeds are huge, the mulch is displaced. Trying to decide where I want to start with you guys. Any suggestions? If you have some, leave them below and we'll go over some of the plants that you guys suggest that you want to know about. I think the easiest one to start with is probably the tomatoes, right? Everybody grows tomatoes. So I think that's where we'll begin. And then maybe cucumbers. Because I know I've got one over there I need to harvest. So, tomatoes. There are a bunch of different varieties of tomatoes. Determinate and indeterminate. I didn't realize my screen was so dirty. So determinate and indeterminate. Determinate tomatoes are ones that grow to a determined height and then quit growing. Indeterminate tomatoes grow as tall as they go. There are different pruning for determinate versus indeterminate tomatoes. The indeterminate varieties like some Romas, pretty much all the ones I have out here, Romas, Amish Pace, San Marzano, Striped Roma, Abe Lincoln, those are all indeterminate varieties. So those you're going to want to prune the suckers, keep an eye on them. Determinate ones, I don't have very many of those. I need to go get some stuff to tie these up with. But there are other indeterminate varieties that you would prune different. So the San Marzano, the Amish Paste, the Striped Roma, the Abe Lincolns, you want to prune all of the suckers off, and I'll show you what that is in a minute. But the other varieties like cherries, you don't necessarily have to do that. Also, I came in here to get the stuff to tie up my tomatoes, and look what I found. I had put this on the shelf to rest in the dark in the room, and this popped up through the box. Like it grew, see, I can't even open it because it grew out of the box. So that would be the second flush, which is great. Alright, I got my scissors and my little, I don't even know what this stuff's called, but it helps to tie up the tomatoes. So, and I got my scissors, mindful of the ants because I still see ants down there. I'm gonna have to hit it again. Okay, so we've gone over this before, but you can see here, this is the main stalk of the tomato. This is the branch. This is the crotch or the armpit, as some people say, and this is a sucker. So if you let this go, it would turn into a whole new tomato plant pretty much. It would produce its own fruit and all of that. Now, you can just break it off, clip it off. You don't want to peel the skin of this stem because that can leave it susceptible to disease and all that. But this, since it will produce pretty much a whole new plant on the plant, you can put this in water and this will be a whole new plant. It will root. You can put this in the ground, you'll have a brand new tomato plant. If you had something go wrong with some of your others and you needed more tomato plants. So I had to put you down because I didn't bring out my tripod, but I have tied up this tomato plant to the trellis. When I came out here and was trellising things before, it was not quite big enough. Look, I got some baby tomatoes. This one is a Berry's Crazy Cherry. So this one is a cherry tomato, so I don't necessarily have to prune those suckers, but I'm just out of the habit, or in the habit of doing it. So I've got some on this one as well. Look at that. This one is a blue boar berry. So there is a website called Wild Boar Farms, and I can't remember the guy's name, but he has all kinds of tomato varieties that he has cultivated himself on the website. They're very popular. Apparently they're very good. I've never had them. I ordered them for the first time this year, so we'll see if they're any good. See, this one I had tied up down here, but now it needs a little support at the top, so I tied it again. And that's just pretty much tomato maintenance. Just pruning. You want good airflow, so that's why I don't plant tomatoes on the other side of the trellis as well. I only plant it on one side so you have the good airflow, so you don't have fungus problems and blight and all the stuff that can wreak havoc on a tomato. You saw how I planted the tomatoes. I usually do Epsom salt and a Tums. Some people do an egg. Just depends. I don't know that any of that is really beneficial one way or the other. And then harvesting is pretty easy with these. You can usually tell it's when they turn red. Some varieties turn purple, some varieties stay green, some are yellow. It just depends on the variety you have. But that's it about tomatoes, I think. If you have any questions, let me know. That's it for today's short video on tomatoes. Until next time, guys.